So what do we have here? It's a Zero Hedge article. However, it's actually from Mike Krieger from the Liberty Blitzkrieg blog. It's been a while since I've read something from that guy. And, usually Zero Hedge is covering it anyways, and I just, give the appropriate credit. But, of course, I'm reading this, and now this is part 2. Expect desperate, insane behavior from government in 2018, part 2. And I thought to myself, there's going to be something about cryptocurrencies in this. I know it. And I started scanning through the article. That's interesting. Yeah, I think I want to do a video on this. And then I scrolled down some more. Oh, there it is. There it is. Government is like J.G. Wentworth commercial. It's my money and I need it now. And if you got cryptos, it's your cryptos, but I want that tax money because I need it now. Anywho, the financial crisis of 08 and 9 was the most significant event to happen in my lifetime. That event, coupled with the deeply unethical and corrupt response to it, led to a direct delegitimization of governments and institutions worldwide. It's precisely this self-inflicted destruction of credibility which opened up the window for the birthing of a new monetary and financial system in the wake of Bitcoin's emergence in early 2009. Now, I don't know why I'm going to say this right now, but sometimes, thoughts just pop into my, old Snippy's head, and I just got to say it when it's on my mind. And that is where he talks about delegitimization of governments and institutions. Forget the government part. Delegitimization of institutions worldwide. I wonder what institutions are at the top of that crap list. The banksters, the financials, institutions, etc. The corrupt Wall Street, big pigs, rigging markets, all that stuff. But again, if I had to put one stamp on it, the banksters, the banks. And I'm thinking, I've said this before, and I got a little bit of hate on it a few months ago when I told everybody, you may want to consider loading the boat on maxing a credit card to get into cryptos. Is as bad of advice as that normally would be in a normal world. I did a freaking video saying to do that because you'll be able to pay off the credit card and scrape off profits. Big, right? And I'm thinking about this. These banksters, they want to use your money. They want to use my money. Put it in the bank. Remember my wife went to the bank? Hey, I'd like to talk to you about investment options and things. Oh, my husband handles all. You ever heard of Bitcoin, cryptos? Yeah, I've heard of that. He's done some really good investments in that stuff. There's no way he's going to want to do any, normal investments. Well, I'd still like to talk to him. You think we could get a time? I don't know. I'll talk to him, see if he wants. Okay, right. I looked at a chart. Again, I said this in my earlier video on the way home from yesterday. Of the S&P 500 up 15%. It may be, I eyeballed it roughly 15% in a year's time. The same year, Bitcoin, and this includes the other ones too, are up massively, but I just used Bitcoin as an example, 1,400% or 14 times, right? 800 to 11,200 or so was 14 times, okay? That's insane. That's 1,400%. So again, imagine all the banksters. You go and do something that they would love you for. Max out a high interest credit card, 20%, 22%. Oh my God. Back in January, $800 Bitcoin, $18 Ethereum, $3 to $4 Litecoin. And you max out a couple credit cards and you're just going to make those, you're going to struggle, maybe. Make the payments. Just make the payments and you're not even hardly taking the balance down. It's barely moving. But man, crazy old monkey mind Jay Snip boy, telling everybody to max out their credit cards. What the? A few people did do that, and I did get some emails. Joe, that was epic. We believed in it too, and it happened. Our credit cards are paid off, and we're sitting on some very nice crypto profits. What does that mean? Why am I telling you this? We use the banksters' money. See, normally they use our money, like me. They put in my bank account. This guy wants me to know he wants to use some kind of investment strategy for me. Get the F out of my face. The Dow, the S&P's up 15%. Don't you want a piece of that? No. I'll wipe my rear end with that. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even wipe my rear end with that. That's, that's too good. My rear end, that is. 15%. Get out of my face. How about 1,400? Normally, hey, bank, I need a loan. Give me a loan. Okay, sucker. 15, 20, 22%. Here, use that credit card. You get bonus points. The more you use it, the more points. Oh, I got $100 cash back. Well, you paid that in interest last month. What do you mean you got back? Cash back. Cash back, baby. What's in your wallet? What's in my wallet? Depends. Are you talking about my Exodus wallet? Or are you talking about a garbage Capital One or whatever card in my wallet? What's in your wallet? Cryptos. That's what's in my wallet. And it pays. Boy, does it pay. So we literally have reversed. If people take advantage of a strategy like this, which, listen, it's crazy. I would never normally advise max out the cards, max out your credit cards on cryptos, the things you can't even see. But I saw what was coming. I saw what was already happening. I knew this was going to go crazy. And that's why I did the video I did. And I had a few YouTubers call me out on it. I didn't really reply. I did go back to one and leave a comment. Dude, that advice was handled by me like a boss. Because he had some choice things to say about me. This video was 3 months ago. Oh, really? Let me go back. Troll the trolls. How'd that work out? Worst advice you would ever give somebody: max out a credit card. What? You crazy? Yeah, I am crazy. Crazy about cryptos. So we can use the bankster strategy against them. I'm going to max out that card and you're going to love me for doing it. And you're going to be like, oh, this guy's paying us this huge interest. He's going to be able to pay. He's making minimum payments. Oh my God, by the time this damn sheep pays this card off, he's going to pay us 4 or 5 times easily what he borrowed. Oh, this is our grade A plus customer. Little do they know. Sorry, suckers. In just a few months, I'm going to sell off enough to pay the card off and keep my crypto profits. And now I get to play the game on your effing money. Thanks, banks. You taught us a lot. Reverse psychology, if you will, on the banksters. Reverse crypto strategy. Epic. Anyways, may I continue? I'm sure you're dying for me to continue. Bitcoin is a system designed to be everything the status quo isn't. Decentralized, transparent, permissionless, with a well-defined and restricted monetary supply curve. Given the backdrop upon which it emerged, it's unsurprising that as more time passes, the more popular it becomes. Humanity is desperate for a major reboot and an entirely different way of doing things. Bitcoin and other crypto assets offer exactly that opportunity in the realm of finance and money, thus capturing the imagination of millions of the most brilliant and passionate people across the world. Since the status quo stubbornly refused to reform and change the system after the financial crisis, humanity had no choice but to take charge and do it independently at the grassroots level. One thing that's become increasingly clear to me as I've added years of experiences to my life is that governments, generally speaking, hate freedom. What's on your Freedom MasterCard? It's why something as beneficial and benign as cannabis remains illegal throughout the world, and why people like Jeff Sessions still want to criminalize it, even in states where the actual people living there voted to make it legal. See part 1 of this series. He puts a link up. While the fairy tale we're conditioned to believe tells us government exists to protect us and create an environment in which humans can thrive, the reality is quite clearly the opposite. The crooked response to the financial crisis demonstrated this in spades to anyone paying even the slightest amount of attention. As we transition into 2018, increasing numbers of people will see government and large corporations as the unified threat they represent to the global economy and human freedom. Younger generations are particularly aware as they've been thrust into a parasitic system designed to prey upon them via a lifetime of debt serfdom. Speaking of that debt. Oh, you want me in debt? You want me to max out the card? 22%? Okay. And I'm going to buy Bitcoin and cryptos, write them up, sell it off, take a huge profit, pay you back your chump change, Get that credit card, cut it up, and do it again. You know, ride those new profits up. Now I don't need your damn credit. Epic. As we transition into 2018, increasing numbers of people will see government and large corporations as the unified threat they represent to the global economy and human freedom. Younger generations are particularly aware as they've been thrust into a parasitic system designed to prey upon them via a lifetime of debt serfdom. I know I've read this. The more people learn about the way the world really works, the more they'll want to reject it and create something entirely different. This is where Bitcoin and crypto assets come into play. As Bitcoin rose through the $10,000 mark, I noticed an explosion in panic and fear on behalf of those who want to keep the current system in place. This is to be expected, as Bitcoin's popularity is and should be seen as a report card on the global status quo. The financial system, as it's currently constructed, is being publicly rejected with every uptick in the Bitcoin price and with every $1 billion added to total crypto assets market capitalization. Naturally, this will make those in charge of the current predatory system and those who have benefited most from it, the oligarchs, the banksters, increasingly hostile to its popularity. See Jamie Dimon's comments from a couple months ago. There are so many recent examples of such hostility, it'd be impossible to highlight them all, but I'll give you a few examples so you know what I mean. First, there was a clip of two billionaires discussing Bitcoin on Bloomberg. And he tweets this out. Bloomberg likes BitChain, not Bitcoin. Instead of having the users control it, we control it. Priceless, the clip says it all. Bloomberg posts, Bitcoin isn't for me, says Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein. Yeah, I bet. Because you can't create these fake paper contracts, these fake, certificates and shares and all this crap, and just pretend you have them and sell them and short them, and you got all these clients. Hey, clients, we're here to help. Yeah. Trade through us. Good advice. Get in the housing market. It's going to keep going up. Guys, trading group, sell the living crap, short the living crap out of the housing market. Yeah, clients, come on in. See, when they create the game, they set the rules of the game. And even though you read the rules of the game, they cheated anyways. But most people don't even notice it or see it because they handle everything behind the scenes. And then a lawsuit comes out and it's settled behind closed doors. Another one comes out settled. You don't really hear about what happened. It's just the cost of doing business. They need a bunch of suckers. Or, clients. As they like to, or as Lloyd calls them, Muppets. Muppet babies are here for me and you. That was a little old one from the 80s. Muppet babies. Some of y'all older folks are like, Joe, what are you talking about? Muppet baby. Talk about Lloyd Blankfein's favorite people, the Muppets. That's the bottom line. I can end the video now. I don't have to continue. Governments are going to be desperate. People are leaving the rigged game. We've helped the banksters claw back everything always. Bailouts, bail-ins, depending on what country you're in. No slap on the wrist, pay a fine, money laundering, don't worry about it. Rigging the price of silver, they got nailed. Deutsche Bank, some others. Nothing happening here. Still continues. Same old system. Look the other way. Nothing to see here. And we're paying for these regulatory agencies to stand there and guard these damn bastards when they're supposed to be there for us. So what do? We're done playing your game. We just created another game. It's called cryptocurrencies, and it's really fair for everybody. And look who starts crying. Oh, who's crying now? One bankster all alone. Two banksters. That was terrible, but I couldn't come up with anything better. And those two banksters, Lloyd and Jamie Dimon. Now they're upset because people are leaving their casino. Hey, come back in the casino, man. Come back. Well, the house always wins. We're tired of this game. We keep losing. Where are you guys going now? Come back. We're going across the street. There's a new game in town. It's a whole different game, and it's not a casino. And all of a sudden, all of us little guys who are playing against each other, we're all winning somehow. Which is incredible. And FYI, another person at work joined the bus. This is a reverse. Another one bites the dust. This is another one joins the bus. Or, as Weird Al did, one of his first parodies was another one rides the bus. Another one rides the Bitcoin bus. Another person at my job rides the Bitcoin bus. And another one comes, and another one comes. These guys keep coming. So we got Brian, we've got Dan, Richard now. Just joined the club today, as a matter of fact. Today being Monday, by the way. Came me and Frank, a little lunch, got back. Them boys were in the lunchroom, at the break room at the office. As soon as we open the door, they're talking about Bitcoin. As soon as the door opens, they're chatting. Dan's talking about his portfolio. Fred, remember the other guy originally. Fred, he was in there, so Fred's in it. Dan's in it. Brian's in it. Frank's in it. And now Richard's in it. And I'm not reaching out to these people. Again, it's not my job to. Now, if I'm trying to sell them something, I'm a sales guy. Hey, yeah, sign up under me. I need you. Come, let me show you this stuff, right? Hey, I'm in BitConnect. Sign up under me. Could you imagine having to face your coworkers when that thing implodes? Dude, I trusted you. I didn't know about this stuff. You said it worked. Well, it was working until it didn't, right? That's why you got to be legit about this whole thing. Do it the right way. Don't mess with none of that nonsense, man. There's so much money again, just sitting on these things. You would have been better off sitting on Bitcoin the whole time than screwing around with BitConnect or USI or any of them. Sitting on your own freaking coins, not relinquishing them to somebody else to play with, which ultimately leads to the Ponzi scheme imploding, and you get nothing unless you've been scraping back your profits every day instead of letting them recompound, which you should be if you're in any of those platforms. Do it, it went up 1,400% in 1 year. Well, that's not good enough. Let's do these lending platforms. You know what I mean? Like, really? Come on. So that's about it. Someone did tweet back though about it. Marty Bent. Here is a scared man. A man whose entire belief system is being destroyed by Bitcoin. We ought to just go back to what we always had. And he says, he puts out in quotes, nah, we're moving on. Get on the Bitcoin bus, right? Take care.